Yo. What's good, y'all, man? We got Monarchy Legends or Legacy. I keep saying Legend. Legacy of Monsters, Episode 3 breakdown, theories and clues. Say like it up, man. Subscribe and yeah. Thing story back again with a brand new episode 3. Episode 3 was a good episode. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff was in episode 3. Yeah. So hey, let me know comment below y'all like episode 3. Let me know comment below. So far, I like the show so far. Though. I ain't gonna lie. I love the show. I like the show. So far, I like it though, man. It's a good show, no cap. But yeah.
Get on a plane for a nice sightseeing tour of Alaska. This Thanksgiving, we're serving up some delicious mudo. That's right, folks, another episode of Monarch Legacy of Monsters has arrived with all new questions and theories, including who is Hiroshi's real father, the attack on Godzilla, and the introduction of a new Titan.
Yeah, new Maya, new
Remember
monster.
that this is not a recap video, but an in-depth guide on all the theories thus far, and as usual, I've left timestamps below so you can see all the topics I'll be covering. And be sure to stick around till the end of the video, as we'll be doing some trailer sleuthing to see what could be in store for future episodes. Now be sure to like and subscribe. I'm planning on covering the entire season. One of the show's big mysteries centers around the disappearance of Hiroshi Randa, who, after Godzilla's appearance on G-Day, had him sneaking off to Alaska on an unknown mission. Hiroshi used to work for Monarch, likely helping them build their vast satellite
Yeah, and then I think Monarch changed some shit happened.
network, but has since gone rogue. His mission is so important that he leaves his two families behind, leaving them to believe he died in the Alaskan wilderness. Thankfully, due to May uploading Hiroshi's data tapes originally held by Bill Randa, they have retrieved coordinates to a place in Alaska. But when the gang arrives, locating Hiroshi's plane and tent, Hiroshi is nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Either he's ventured deeper into the Alaskan wilderness, has found a Monarch facility like that in King of the Monsters, or was picked up by a second party. We do see this phone, which he could use to communicate with the outside world. The fate of Hiroshi's pilot is much more grim. The gang notes that he wasn't wearing his seatbelt when their plane supposedly crashed, which is odd since you'd probably want that on if your plane was going down.
Yeah, it wasn't right.
It's Duho, however, who realizes this was no plane crash.
Yeah, I was saying first I was like, and then that's what happened. The monster tear it up and stuff.
Finding out Hiroshi and the pilot had actually landed safely and tied
Yeah, because he saw the tie. Yep.
their plane to the ice, something they wouldn't have done if it had crashed. The plane, rather, was attacked by what's known as a frostbark, a giant
Yeah, because they stayed on the channel, YouTube channel for Frostwire. Yeah.
Mudo Titan with breath so cold it can completely freeze its prey. While approaching its location, the plane's
And that dude was panicking. So I'm like, why are you panicking? I mean, I understand, but it's like, well, if I see that shit, I'll probably be the same way too. Start panicking like a motherfucker.
Control systems malfunction, so it can be assumed that some sort of radiation or electromagnetism from these Mudos cause electronics to malfunction. The same can be seen in 1954 and the arrival of Godzilla at Bikini Atoll. While analyzing the data tapes, which May conveniently uploaded to her laptop, a series of geo-coordinates are recovered. All of them, except for the one from Alaska, had a check mark beside it. Since the Alaskan location pinpointed to a Mudo, it can be surmised that these other locations point to other Titans. If they have check marks beside them, could it mean that Monarch has captured or killed them? Last episode we saw May go behind Kentaro's back and secretly upload the rest of his father's data tapes to her laptop. In this episode we'll see her talk to an unknown person and
oh no, and then she's gonna throw the phone when he came about, like, because he, she know, like, he was creeping about, creeping in, and she gonna throw the phone like this, you know what I mean, like nobody gonna see him. I'll see her
cell phone shortly thereafter into the ocean. Considering this episode is called Secrets and Lies, I can't help but think May is hiding something.
Yeah, she is, though.
Who could betray our team, my money's on her. It seems the only thing she wants is to get her business and life back. Another secret the show has kept hidden is the real relationship between Lee Shaw and Hiroshi Randa. All we know up until this point is that Bill and Keiko had a son named Hiroshi. and Lee was like an uncle to him, but in this episode, Lee says it was more like a father. In episode 2, we find out that Lee and Hiroshi had some sort of falling out and haven't talked since. I think that Keiko and Lee may have had an affair and Hiroshi found out about it. If you want to go one step further, you could even guess that Lee is Hiroshi's father, making him the grandfather of both Kate and Kentaro. After all,
Tight shit.
Oh, why would Hiroshi keep documents about the guy who slept with his mom tucked away in a filing cabinet if there wasn't something more there? In 1954, we get a flashback featuring this giant cast of what appears to be a Godzilla footprint. It's an impression that was made from a muddy field in Indonesia. In previous episodes, we saw Keiko in a photograph in this actual print. Bill, Keiko, and Lee have secured 150 pounds of uranium from the United States Army in an attempt to lure this monster, but unbeknownst to them, the Army has supplied it to them in the form of a bomb. We know these titans feed off radiation, so a pile of uranium attracts Godzilla, who emerges from the watery depths only to be nuked to Kingdom Come. Now, we never really get to see the aftermath of this explosion.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I kind of want to see the aftermath. Like, I kind of want to see that he died. I mean, he probably still alive, though. I mean, that one bomb didn't really kill him. I mean, unless they, you know what I mean, but that one bomb didn't kill him.
It's implied that
Godzilla
was obliterated. We know, however, that Godzilla isn't dead. He returns to San Francisco roughly 60 years later. If I were to hazard a guess, he crept back into the ocean after the bomb went off. I mean, you could also theorize there are more than one Godzilla, but considering Godzilla feeds off radiation, I don't think this bomb would kill him.
Save up to
I don't think
$600
so too.
E-bike during Black Friday and receive $100.
Given only one scene this episode is Monarch's Tim, who we last saw in hot pursuit of Kate and Kentaro. He's been chastised by his boss, Natalia Verdugo, who tasks him with going to Korea and retrieving Shaw's files. There's definitely some sort of history between Tim and Verdugo. He doesn't trust her and vice versa. She knows that Tim withheld information about Shaw's escapades in Japan and asks why, if he thought his files were so important, did he not go to Dr. Serizawa. Dr. Serizawa you might remember from 2014's Godzilla and 2019's Godzilla King of the Monsters. Since this show is set in 2015, Serizawa is still alive, not dying until he sacrifices himself to save Godzilla in King of the Monsters. I also thought it was a bit weird that Verdugo and Duval speak French here, as to not keep Tim informed what they're talking about.
Yeah, because Tim don't really know what, you know what I'm saying, how to speak that language that well, so he like, you know what I mean? So
it's Duval who says she can't do her mission without Tim. There's a slight chance that she may be keeping an eye on Tim for Verdugo. Now we get into our trailer sleuthing section, where we take a look at the trailers to see where the story might be headed. Keep in mind, I won't be covering every shot, just the ones I think are valuable for the story ahead. Here we have Lee Shaw looking at that film reel of what might be Philippines 1952. He's been captured, just take a look at how his hands are tied. Also notice how Keiko looks at him, furthering my suspicions that these two had some sort of affair. Later we'll see them dancing together and having a great time. Further proof something more is going on here. I'm wondering if this shot here is Lee captured by Natalie Verdugo and Monarch, since the back of her head here looks like Verdugo's. Randa lives, unless of course this is a flashback.
Probably. I think a flashback. But I hope it's like the current time. But I think it's a flashback. I think so. But I don't know yet.
And take note of this weird sphere in the background. Some sort of scientific device. Another such device can be found in the Inside Look trailer sometime in the 1950s. We'll see young Lee get into a different sort of sphere, which may be him and this crew attempting to make it down into the Hollow Earth where the Titans originated and which we saw in Godzilla vs. Kong. In the second trailer, we'll see the same sphere all rusted and old, which could be somewhere in Alaska, considering the winter coats our characters are wearing. Kentaro has plotted out these points on a paper which shine light onto this map, similar to the one found in his father's office. It leads to coordinates in Algeria. May did say that one of the geolocations she found in Hiroshi's files was North Africa. Here we see Lee in front of a computer that reads Prime. Could it be trying to detonate some sort of device or bomb? We may not be done with Alaska, as we see a bunch of helicopters flying around this glowing hole in the ground. The same glow looks oddly familiar to the radiation trail Lee saw in the Philippines in 1952. He's in a helicopter, so I imagine he and the others make it out of Alaska by being captured by Monarch. We'll later see Tim is caught up to Kate and Kentaro at some sort of airport. Well, it looks like the gang survives the initial attack by the Frostmark, but is later stalked by it at night. Lee and the others will see the Frostmark either consuming this glowing radiation or being consumed by it. Whatever it is, they seem to be shocked. Finally, we have Godzilla's reappearance in the desert. We'll see people like Duval here and Monarch helicopters. The gang is eventually taken to Monarch headquarters, but it's uncertain what kind of alliance, if any, they have. But now I turn it over to you. What do you think will happen next? I want to hear your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and for more bad takes, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ThinkStoryYT.
I don't know, but it's good though, no cap. It's a good show. I'm fucking with it, man. It's gonna be good. So it come out. What I was like, it come out Friday or Wednesday, so it come out every Wednesday. Different shows, man. You know, but it's a good show, lengthy shows. You know what I'm saying? Cause I thought when I watched the trailer, I was like, I don't know. But when I watched it 1 and 2. Oh yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm hooked to this one. You know, no kid, I'm hooked to it. So yeah, but episode 4 gonna be good. I don't know what's gonna happen next, but we see when we watch episode 4, man. Let me know what y'all think about Monarchy, Legacy of the Monsters. Let me know comment below what y'all think about the shows and maybe episode 3. But yeah, like it, hit the bell and yeah, alright, peace.